Let's test some settings. What about now? Can you hear me now? Testing, testing. I need to know. No audio at all? Okay, good. You can hear me. Great. What about the music? Is the music too low? Is the music good? Should I raise it? Should I lower it? What's the music like compared to my voice? Let me know and I will make the necessary adjustments. Seems good. Cool. No music, huh? Gotcha. Then the music is too low. What if we increase the audio? Let's see if you can hear it now. All right. So, let me know. I can start drawing anyway. Just let me know what's up. So, this is gonna be like a Sweden-Denmark kind of thing. Okay, cool, perfect. Hello everyone. I'm gonna say hello to some people in chat. Hello Remy, hello I am Real Potato. Hello Canada Without Sword. Hello It's Philippines. Hello Leara, yeah. Hello Cool Beans. Hello Chell. Hello Not the 101. Hello Fluff. Hello Daxel. Hello James Redstone. Hello John Marston. Hello Random Neon Guy. Yeah. This is actually music that Chicken Scuttle Monkey CSM made for the channel. We put out an album, or he did, called Polandball Lo-Fi Beats to Study To. So if you have like a Spotify account or something, you can go to Spotify. You can go to Chicken Scuttle Monkey. That's the name of, you know, he puts it out in his own name. And you can find the album, Polandball Lo-Fi Beats to Study To. And then you also can study to Polandball Lo-Fi Beats. Yeah. Now, thank you for the happy 2-year anniversary. It's crazy, right? Crazy. That's when I took the initiative to make this channel. 2 years already. It feels like it was yesterday that I just told the guys, I'm like, hey, I have an idea. Let's get big on YouTube. and we did it. Now, we need a bit of a background here. But I'm gonna do it a bit of a different way. Do it like this. It's so weird, like, I love being able to work with layers in GIMP, which you can't do in MS Paint. But it does necessitate like inventing some new sort of like drawing techniques and ways of doing things that are a bit wonky. But that's fine. What time is it in Sweden right now? It is 20 minutes past 2. Not too bad. I got some places I need to be later, so it won't be like the longest stream ever. I'm gonna be able to stream for like maybe an hour and a half, maybe. No, I'm not sure if I'll have time to do like 2 hours, but we'll see. Let's see now. We'll do. Okay. Let's do something like this. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm just drawing some simple backgrounds. Won't be anything too crazy. But I felt like this piece needs a little bit of a background. Did Aaron get his can of beans? No. Aaron will never get his can of beans. Aaron must starve for your entertainment. How can you be a starving artist if you're not starving? It is necessary. It is necessary for Aaron to starve for your benefit. Now, you might call that cruel. We call that pure artistry. We call that, you know, actually believing in your craft. So, sorry if you guys don't have the dedication that Aaron does, who understands, you know, what needs to be done. Now, let's see. How do we want to do this? Can I do like some jagged edges on this? I'm just like winging it here with this background and just let's do a little thing here. Will this work? I don't know. Maybe. I didn't like those strokes. Different strokes for different folks. That's what I always say. Yeah. Now, I typically do this when I draw. I just get some sort of idea, and it's like, hey, maybe this will look good, maybe it won't. But I'll try it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If it works, I'll make a mental note. And I'll be like, oh, this was a good technique. I'll do this again some other time. If it doesn't work, I'll just never do it again. So, yeah, you know what? That doesn't look half bad. Okay. Neat. Cool. Yeah, I might keep that in the back pocket, that drawing technique. And now we can just put this here. There, and we have a little background. Nice. I'm gonna like keep on doing that for the other panels as well. Let's see. Layer to image size, yeah. Greece Explorer asks, why can't you post about Serbia country at all, I guess? No, we have, right? I think we've featured Serbia in some like YouTube shorts. I'm pretty sure we have. Pretty sure we have, like at least once or twice had Serbia in shorts. Almost like 100% sure of it. Alright. Clean that up a little. Cool. Philippines Ball asks if we will do weekly streams. I mean, we have cut down on it a bit. We did used to do like more streams more often. But we kind of like just, you know, we want to keep on growing the channel, obviously. And as it turns out, you know, you can't do everything at the same time. Well, I guess you can if you have like infinite time. And, which we don't. And doing these live streams is a great way of like connecting with the community, hanging out with you guys, which is great. But it's not like something that is super big for growing the channel. For growing the channel, you know, then it's just you're making videos. And we've been focusing a lot on just making shorts, because, you know, that's worked very well for us. We get a lot of views out of them. But we sort of reached a point now that it's tapered off a bit, and we're not growing as fast anymore as we used to before. We're still growing, just not as fast. And we feel like to take the channel to the next level, what we really need to do is get better at making like long videos. We have done some shorts compilations, but we're talking stuff like, you know, video essays. is probably the big one that we just need to be better at. And is something that would maybe help us grow the channel like a lot. But you know, we have real lives, we have jobs in real life. We're not yet at the size, 'cause you know there's 4 of us. The channel is not yet at the size where we can like quit our jobs. We're not in quit our jobs territory yet. And that means that we have to just, I don't know, allocate the time to where we have it and where it's best spent. And then it's like, if we only have a limited amount of time, then, you know, what do we cut back on? And so far, you know, what it has been is sort of the live streams. We've cut back a bit on the live streams, which I guess in a way sucks for the community, because this is a great way of like just interacting with you guys and hanging out. But it's more a case of like, how do we find the time for everything that we want to do? Because there's so much stuff we want to do with this channel. We have so many ideas for cool content, new kinds of videos, new kinds of projects. And now we're also like putting efforts into, hey, you gotta put out like merchandise. We have to like look at other long-term big projects for growing the channel. So much we want to do. And I wish we could, right? I wish there were more hours in the day. And there's also people like me who like just, you know, hey, I have a wife and kids. One kid. I have a wife and kid. CSM also has a kid. And I don't know if you knew this, but having a small kid, it takes up a lot of your time. They require constant attention to prevent them from killing themselves, as they are otherwise prone to do. So there's that too to take into consideration. Having a small thing with no self-preservation instincts that you just have to monitor. Lego sword? Yeah, I guess maybe. I am drawing the shittiest gun you've ever seen. But that's fine. It doesn't have to look good. We can wing it a bit. Just throw something out here. There you go. Yeah, good enough. That sorta looks like a gun a little bit. An upside down gun. Okay. Cool. The toddler intrusive thoughts are wild. Yeah. It's cool though. It's cool to have a toddler. She's learning how to talk and stuff now. You can have like conversations with her. It's rad. And she can tell you her thoughts. That is weird. Because it's like, you know, she didn't used to exist. She didn't used to exist and now she does. And I had a hand in that happening and that feels weird somehow. And now she's telling me that she wants breakfast. You guys have no idea what that's like. You have no idea how that feels. Unless you do and you have kids too. In which case, sorry for telling you that you don't know what it's like. you probably do know what it's like if you have kids yourself. Oh man, that muzzle is so janky. It's fine. We can just draw some bullets here. Listening to a kid talk is really fun for whatever reason. Yeah, man, toddlers say such weird stuff. You get so surprised by them. Because sometimes it's very profound kid logic. And you're like, oh, I guess that makes sense if you're a toddler. Alright, those are bullets. We are just drawing a scene of a battle here between Sweden and Denmark, as it were. I don't know if you knew this, but historically that has happened a couple of times. Stephen Early asks, why is Israel a cube? Israel is a cube because of a very old comic. That says that Germany has discovered that no, Israel has discovered that countries are actually not balls; they are hypercubes, and then Germany denounces it for being Jewish physics, and that is a reference to Nazi Germany, where it's like scientific progress in the realm of physics was like discouraged and denied if it came from like you know Jewish scientists or Jewish authors. The Nazis claimed that this was inferior Jewish physics and that should not be taught in Nazi Germany. They needed to come up with their own physics that did not have any. They couldn't be traced back to like Jewish scientists. So any sort of like scientific advancement that was made by Jews, they just dismissed it as being Jewish physics, which is wild, but they did that. So, as a reference to that little historical tidbit, in Polandball comics, Israel is drawn as a 4-dimensional hypercube. That was the case for a while. Nowadays, people just draw it as a cube. People don't really bother to draw it as a hypercube anymore, which you would know as a tesseract. So if you want to be like super accurate in Polandball comics, then you would draw Israel as a tesseract, a 4-dimensional hypercube. I did that back in the day, often when I drew Israel. Nowadays, I'm like, I don't have the energy for that. So I just draw it as a cube. Now, let's see how this turns out. I'm gonna do another sort of like cheaty thing here, which you can't do in MS Paint, which is these gun lines. I can add some opacity to it. So, yeah, look at that. I could do this manually before in MS Paint, and that's what I used to do. Back in the day when I drew all of my comics in MS Paint, I would have done this manually. And that would have taken forever. I don't do that anymore. Let's see if I can find it. it should not take me long to find the original comic. Yes, here it is. I'll just paste it in here. Boom. Here. This is the one. And this is, you know, this is one of the oldest ones. This is probably from like 2010 or something. Yeah, this is just Israel has discovered that countries are actually four-dimensional hypercubes, not spheres. And then Germany calls that Jewish physics. And in the final panel, I guess this is like a Holocaust reference. I guess that Germany kills Israel and walks away. I guess. But yeah, that is the origin. That comic. That is the origin of Israel being drawn as a cube. So yes, I know black lines between flag colors. That was a thing back in the day, you know. Let's see. We're gonna merge down. Okay. Now, new layer. Let's draw some more weapons. We need more weapons. How about an axe? Axe is always a good weapon. Man, look at that. That's not even a half bad axe blade. I'm pretty happy about that one. Sam says lines in between the flag was a really old crowd chanting. Hey, even back in the day on Reddit, even like early Reddit comics would also have like black lines between flag colors. You know what would be fun? Probably, I should see if I should see if I can do this. We should do like a quiz stream. We should do a quiz stream about ancient Polandball lore and test you guys. See how well you know your really old Polandball lore. I could put a quiz together and then see if there's some sort of like maybe web page you can sign up to, so we can do like a competition, and I can quiz you guys on who actually knows all of their old Polandball lore. Would be fun to see. Some of you might do pretty well. At this point, I think I'm basically like a Polandball historian. There's not a whole lot left that I don't know about this medium. I'm gonna make a poll, see what the interest is. Let's see. Poll. Here. Yeah. This is one of those biased polls. I suspect. And we're gonna put the axe back there. Let's see, what's another fun weapon we can make? Maybe a mace. Or a morning star. Yeah, a morning star. That's fun. You can never go wrong with a morning star. And there we go. Not sure I've drawn many morning stars before. But this looks like it can turn out pretty good. Sometimes you don't know. You don't know if you know how to draw a morning star unless you've tried drawing a morning star. What a cool weapon that is. It's so cartoony. It looks like a cartoon weapon. Now then. It's also delightfully like monochrome, which makes it a bit easier to draw. Dick Rhino, make a video about the history of Polandball since you're a historian of Polandball. I was thinking about doing that. I have been thinking about doing a video essay just about Polandball, about the concept of Polandball in a way that I think I could probably do justice to better than most other people could. And it would be a good sort of like test at trying my hand at making a video essay, just to see like if I got the chops for that. I think I could. I think I could probably do a pretty cool video about just, you know, the medium of Polandball itself. That being said, it's such a mastodon project. How do you edit yourself? Because I could talk about Polandball for forever. I could talk about Polandball for hours and never run out of things to talk about. And with a project like that, it's so easy for you to just sort of like go overboard and not edit yourself, and then suddenly the project has just become like massive. And then it's like, oh shit, well now I have a script for a 4-hour long video. What do I do with that? So I've been thinking about it and I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to do it. And if we are going to do more stuff like video essays, then that feels like a very good sort of topic, subject. Look at that. That's not a half bad morning star. I like it. We can keep that. I feel like we need a knife. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, now we need some motion here. We need some motion lines. And I'm gonna use the same sort of opacity trick as before. We're gonna do like a swoosh. Like so. Yeah. And this one. And yeah, that works. And let's add some lighter streaks to it. Doesn't have to be too complex. We're just gonna see, this was sort of like my big issue a lot of times in the past when drawing. that I'm a perfectionist. So I could spend like hours on just some sort of minuscule detail. And I still want to. For me, it sort of itches to not do that. It's like my body's telling me like, no, go back. It has to be pixel perfect. Everything has to be pixel perfect. I was sort of known for that. When people watched like me draw before, there's like, everything has to be so goddamn pixel perfect all the time. But it's like, I just can't. I don't have the time for that anymore. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, where's the gun? Here, there's the gun layer. I feel like we need like a muzzle flash. I realized that like, hey man, we gotta. Otherwise, what are we even doing here, people? I know I said I wouldn't be pixel perfect. And I'm not gonna be pixel perfect. But we gotta have a muzzle flash. I feel like that's pretty non-negotiable. There we go. That looks way better. Hi noob YouTube, stop spamming. Stop spamming, or I am going to put you in timeout. I will. Smack. Haha. Oh yeah, like Nightbot is reminding people from time to time. Did you know? Did you know that we have started an online store for apparel and stickers and caps and all kinds of cool stuff? It's at shop.polandball.com. Yeah, that's right. You can go to shop.polandball.com and get things like this. Look at this. You can get your own 2 days into Belgium hoodie. It's beautiful. Yeah. I got it for myself. And on the arms, it says Polandball official. Polandball on this arm. And official on this arm. That's really cool. And you can pick your colors. This hoodie comes in gray, and it comes in black. That's right. And for the t-shirts that we have featuring different countries, we're always expanding it. I have a guy I've commissioned, Taong Kalye, a wonderful Filipino artist who does all of these designs for us for these t-shirts. Great comic artist from the subreddit. He's been doing stuff for like a decade over there, and we use him to make all of the designs for these t-shirts, and we're expanding on it and just adding more and more over time. So the next drop is gonna be the rest of the Nordic countries. We have Sweden, so next up is Denmark, Finland, and Norway are gonna be the next 3 t-shirts to drop. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. Let's see. I'm gonna do some fun shading here. It's gonna be its own layer, and I'm just gonna use a pretty cool shading trick here. This is how Colai does his shading too. You just do your own sort of like shading layer that you turn black, and then you just add opacity to it. But I'm gonna do it, I waited with the shading until I was done with all of these assets so that they can be incorporated into the shadow. And then you don't have to have like overlapping shaded layers, because that can be weird and tricky to make work. Let's see. I want the gun to have a bit of a protrusion on the shadow there. And then you have the morning star. Ah, there's the morning star shadow. I think that's good. Yeah. So now we're gonna fill those in. Like so. Now we can turn them black instead. We can set the opacity of them to, I think, like maybe 80%. That looks pretty good. Maybe a bit lighter, maybe 70%. No. There we go. And then we put them behind all of the other layers. There. Cool. So now we have our shading. And then we can just do some minor touch-ups if we see like some jagged edges that look so-so. Can clean that up manually. Yeah. Beautiful. Fluff says, I can't take my eyes off the scale thing on the top and sides when you're drawing. Scale thing on the top and sides. What do you mean by that? You have to explain. I don't understand exactly what you mean. Please tell me. What do you mean by scale thing on the top and sides? Ah. Liara says, this makes me want to make a Polandball comic. Actually, no joking. You should! You should. That's the whole thing about Polandball. The whole thing about Polandball is that it's MS Paint art. It's such a low barrier of entry. Like, anyone can do it. And it's fun. So you should. You absolutely should do some Polandball comics. Alright, now we're gonna merge all of this down. Because I'm done with this panel. Now it no longer needs to be like a million different layers. Merging layers. Merging layers. Here we go. Now I can move the entire thing if I want to. If I want it a bit more centered, which I do. Beautiful. Grease Explorer asks, why Denmark and Sweden fighting? Do I even have to explain that? I'll go to Google. Hey Google, which countries have fought the most wars against each other? Oh, that's right, Denmark and Sweden. Yeah, people think it's France and England. It's not. It's Denmark and Sweden. There are no other countries that have fought against each other throughout history as many times as Denmark and Sweden have. So the question is more like, when aren't we warring against each other? Danuta Miasko, please no spam. Draw Leafy from BFDI. I don't even know who or what that is. So, Caramel asks, what's this comic about? Well, it's about Sweden and Denmark fighting against each other. No, I'll go into a bit more detail about it eventually. You'll see. You'll see. It'll all make sense in the end. once this comic is done. So I was thinking of submitting this for the monthly contest in the Polandball subreddit. We do a contest every month on some sort of theme. And typically what we do in September in the subreddit is something called Lesser Known September. Liara says, I'm interested to make a Polandball comic because I only make countryballs. Are they the same? Yes, they are the same. This actually requires some explanation. And that is that the sort of medium itself, when it came up in 2009, you know, it was called Polandball. That's what they call it on CrowdChan, and the reason for that is because the first comics were about Poland, so that just became the namesake. And then what happened was that somewhere around the pandemic, somewhere around like I would say like around the year 2000 or something, that's when Polandball started going like big on YouTube. But it wasn't us, it was like other people starting YouTube channels. We only came up later and moved over to YouTube as well. And for whatever reason, the name Polandball didn't stick. So here on YouTube, people started calling it countryballs instead. And then after a while, that became like the more popular term for it. Just because, you know, YouTube is bigger than Reddit. So nowadays, it's almost become like more popular to call it countryballs. But the original name is Polandball. And we still call it Polandball in the subreddit. And we continued calling it Polandball when we came over to YouTube and started this YouTube channel. So for us, it'll always be called Polandball. That is just what we know the medium as. Whereas for people on YouTube, a lot of people just call it countryballs. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. No different. Just a different name for it. It is 100% the same thing. What do I use to make these pictures and animations? We do some different things. I know Kolai draws in Photoshop. I don't. I draw in a drawing software called GIMP, which is also free. It's a free drawing software that has like a lot of the same tools that Photoshop has. And for making animations or like turning it into videos, we use an app called DaVinci Resolve, which is also free. I used to use a different app for animations. I used to use something called HitFilm Express, but they've cancelled it. HitFilm Express no longer exists. It's like abandoned software, which kind of sucks because I used that for so many years to draw comics. I mean, to make animations and stuff. And now I just can't do that anymore. I had to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve instead, and I hate having to learn like to use a new piece of software. No one wants to do that. It's miserable being forced to learn how to do something new. Aaron still draws in MS Paint? Yes, I know. No, Aaron, he's tried switching over to GIMP. He has acknowledged that there are things that you can do in GIMP that you just can't do in MS Paint. Like, for example, you know, sometimes it can be really helpful to be able to draw with layers. So, even Aaron is slowly but surely being forced to be dragged kicking and screaming into the 21st century. But like, I recognize it because like I did the same. I just kept on drawing in I kept on drawing in MS Paint forever. There are still things that I find easier to do in MS Paint than GIMP. I use GIMP because it's, for some things, being able to use layers is just, you have to. It's so hard to not be able to use layers. There are some things, if you look back at things that I've drawn by hand. Take, for example, the end. Like, we can pull that up. We can pull that up and I can show you. Give me 1 second, I'll do that. I just have to clean this up a bit. Here. Ugh, no. That will not do. That was a shoddy line. Alright, that's slightly better. I can live with that line. Okay, let's see if I can pull up the end. Which is like my most high effort comic that I ever made. My Magnum opus. Let's see. Polandball. Finished comics. Finished comics. Here it is. The end. Boop, 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 boom. So, this comic, and I even turned this into like a YouTube video, an animation on the channel. I'm super proud of it, but I did it before the channel blew up in popularity. So when I put this, when I turned this into a video and put it up on the channel, this YouTube channel only had like, I don't know, maybe 7,000 subscribers or something. So it's in our archives of our long form videos. When I turned this comic into an animation, just most people haven't seen it. If I go to our channel and check out okay, videos, oldest. The end. Yeah, 11,000 views. That's all it has. When I turned the end into an animation. It's one of the oldest videos on this channel. You can find it if you go to like our channel archives and sort by like oldest. And like, look, stuff like this panel. I did this without layers. Just had to like hand draw this in MS Paint and just figuring out all of the shading back and forths. I did this without layers. It's just MS Paint. And some of this, it's pretty nuts drawing it this way. And it took like several months of work to finish this comic. Let's see. What has chat been saying? Now, let's see. DR, what do you think about these countryballs YouTubers / editors? Most of them don't follow the rules though, asks Remy. Well, that's the thing, right? We haven't been on... I mean, yeah, we had our 2-year anniversary yesterday. It's crazy to think that the YouTube channel has already been up for 2 whole years. But the thing is, for a long time we weren't on YouTube. For a long time we weren't. And all of these other channels, they just got big on their own. And we weren't here. So we're not gonna just like show up and start enforcing our rules here and say like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Nah. We acknowledge that YouTube is its own thing. It's grown up with its own culture and its own ecosystem. And One sec. I gotta take a call. It's my mom calling me. And we are back. Sorry about that. My mom called me. Ah. Now. Do. Mina Agrawal says, call the people who know. I guess you mean lip sync to figure out what I was saying to my mom. Well, they'd have to know lip sync and Swedish. And be able to read lips in Swedish. So good luck with that. I doubt you'll be able to find someone who can do that. But good luck with that. If you can find that, I would be very impressed. Now we're just gonna rip some flag colors from this first panel here. There we go. And then we're gonna go back to this layer. Fill that in. And I'm going to sample these outlines. Copy them. Paste them as a new layer. So we can do some magic. This, for example. Being able to draw flags this way. It's just so much easier. Because now I can do this. Yeah. Why did I ever do it a different way before, right? This is so much easier. And then I'll just take that extra layer, merge it down, and then cut out the edges. Look at that. Drew that flag in like a fraction of the time it would have if I couldn't use layers. So, while I did use MS Paint forever, and I'm super fine with people who still do, and I respect it, this is just, you know, it's so much easier. Now let's see. Can I draw eyes like this? Yeah. No. That's not right. That's better. Yeah, that's way better. Nice. Whew. I never used to draw. I think this is the first time I've drawn eyes like this. It's just not a common technique that I typically do. But just trying something a bit different. However, we have to clean this up a little bit. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to like just, you know, being pixel perfect. And how sometimes I'm a bit too detail oriented for my own good. But if I do this, I think, if I smoothen out some of these edges here, I think that looks a little bit better. Yeah. And not have it be so blocky as it is on this side currently. Yeah. It's a bit too blocky. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Typically, you'd use like the eraser for this, but the eraser in GIMP is like weirdly anti-aliased. So what I do instead, what I'm forced to do, is use like a different color, and then I'll like cut it out with the Control X command. It's like, it's a sort of janky way of doing it, but I'm just doing it this way because I haven't really figured out the eraser in GIMP. Oh well. That looks pretty good. I like these eyes. DR, you can just use the select by color tool instead of manding everything. Yeah, probably. It probably can do that. That sounds like a good idea. I just have to figure out how to do it. A lot of this, you know, when you're self-taught, is like just you do it one way because you don't know the good way of doing it, so you figure out like some sort of jank way of doing it. And then you never learn how to do it correctly, so you just keep on using your jank method forever. And that's the story of my life. Here we go. Some nice quick shading. I like shading. It's a small thing you can do to just make the comics look better. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Use hard edge on the eraser. Hard edge. Okay, I'm highlighting hard edge. Let's see. Oh! Thank you! Thank you, Purple. There we go. That is awesome. Well. That's... Thank you! That saved me from having to use this jank method ever again. See? One guy is just like, hey! Hey, stupid. Have you tried not being stupid? And then, as it turns out, the solution was all along to just not be stupid. Wonderful. Thank you for that. Alright. We got like almost 200 votes on this poll. A Polandball lore quiz, people say, is a good idea. Understood. Understood. Ah. Then we will do that. Okay, we need some grays. And a pretty thick pencil here. Some dirt. Here. And maybe like 30% opacity. Yeah. And we're just gonna smudge it out a bit. Ugh. I just saw a pixel out of place. There we go. Gotta fix that. Ah. Missy Sarah, writer official, asks, why am I watching it like I'm learning something? Well, I mean, I'm happy if you do. If you pick up some sort of drawing techniques, or just, oh, like, oh, I never knew I could do it this way, or like, oh, that's a neat technique, that's a cool trick. I do that all the time when I watch like other people's streams. See if there's like, or just read other people's comics. I can't even tell you how many times I've just read someone's comic and I just saw something like in passing and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. I'm gonna steal that. Here, I'll show you an example. Let's go to the Polandball subreddit. I can't remember the name of the comic, but I'm pretty sure that it was made by a guy called 440 Hertz. Way back in the day. Way back in the day. Man, that is someone who dropped off the face of the earth. They stopped posting on Reddit 6 years ago. 440 Hertz made some fantastic comics back in the day, like a decade ago. And there was a comic where they drew like France and England and Germany as like kindergarten and playing on a playground. Here, this old comic. And just in passing, I saw this of just he fighting on who gets to use the slide and just slapping each other. And then it was like, at one point I drew a comic about Israel-Palestine and just how their war is gonna go on forever. What was it called? Time Immemorial, I think, is my comic. And then I had an idea. Yeah, Time Immemorial. Then I had an idea for, in the final panel, I just wanted it to be like the heat death of the universe. And there's nothing left in the universe except Israel and Palestine still fighting each other. And I wanted to draw them just being in the darkness of nothing and just slapping each other back and forth forever. Right? And then I just, oh right! There was that old comic by 440 Hertz all that time ago, and he drew it like that, and I was like, that's perfect, that's perfect. And I got my inspiration there for how to draw country balls slapping each other, despite the fact that they don't have like hands, and like how can you make that look good? So I just stole that from him, straight up. So if you can do that, if you can steal, you should steal. But no, I mean like just, you know, taking inspiration from other artists and their techniques for how to draw stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, being just like inspired by someone else's stuff. That is perfectly fine. Remember, stealing is wrong, but if you call it being inspired by, then it's not wrong. Then it's just, you know, flattery. I'm doing some nice clouds to demonstrate exhaustion. And I think these clouds are gonna look pretty good if you go over them with a white brush on the inside here. Because then you can do like the Naruto thing of the twirly Akatsuki cloud shapes. Sort of like a Japanese cloud thingy. Ah, I've done that before. And it makes the clouds look real nice. Yeah. Look at that. Such an easy way of just making a little exhaustion cloud pop a little bit. Beautiful. Ah. And need some gray. Fill those in. And then some lighter grays. Maybe even lighter, actually. Oh, you know what? Sometimes, instead of shading, you can do highlighting. And that can also look neat. See? For some things, a highlight can have the same effect as a shade. You sort of have to figure out like what areas should be highlighted. Man, CSM's music is so nice. We are so blessed every day to have like just a good musician in-house doing stuff for the channel. There's so many vultures out there. We get contacted daily by people who are like, hey, if you use our music in your shorts, we can share some of the revenue. And what they mean is some of the revenue they get by revenue stealing from us. No, that's funny, because like I get that if you're like not a monetized channel, then sure. If someone's like, hey, use our music in your videos and we'll share some of the revenue with you, fine. But for us, it's like, why the fuck would we do that? We already like just... we make our own music. Now I'm gonna have like a conversation with YouTube when I have an opportunity to, and can like talk to someone. Because I think the next step for us, and I'd have to check like, what do you guys think about this? I would like to take CSM's music. I would like to take this, like these lo-fi beats, Chicken Scuttle Monkey's music, and I would like to add them to YouTube Music, like their catalog, so that anyone could take them and just use them in their own videos, and then we'd get like royalties. We'd get like a fraction of the money for that whenever it gets played in someone else's video. That would be super cool if I could make that happen. Hampus Ribbing asks if I can speak Swedish. Ja, men det kan jag. Jag kan faktiskt prata lite svenska. Problemet är bara det att då är det bara du som kommer fatta vad jag säger och ingen annan kommer fatta vad jag säger. Och det blir inte så här superkul för de andra som kollar på streamen. Så jag kommer egentligen inte att göra det mer än så här. But there, I spoke some Swedish to prove that I am in fact Swedish. It has been proven. But there you go. Now, oof. Why can't I? Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. That would explain it. That's the eye layer. I just saw some pixels that I didn't like. So I had to go and fix it. Royal Noob King says, I speak German. Okay. Doing pretty good here. We got 2 panels down so far. Oh man, I got a phone call again. 1 second. Well, so that is a bit unfortunate. My grandma is supposed to help me with the kid today by picking her up from preschool, and the plan was that they were gonna go out and play in a playground for a while I could do my live streamings. Now the problem here is that, as it were, it's raining. It's raining cats and dogs outside. It's real bad. It's real bad, people. So they can't. They can't be outside playing. They have to come back here. Oh, wow. Chillin', member for 10 months. Damn, 10-month membership. Says, I usually save these type of super chats for when Kolai streams, but why not now? 2 months away from being a member for a year. That's super cool. Thank you for the support, Chillin'. Always cool to see, you know, people being long-time members of this channel and, you know, supporting it. We feel blessed and happy that people just want to continue supporting us and continue letting us do this thing, and hopefully one day making it like just our full-time jobs. But no, unfortunately it's raining outside, which means that my mom can't be out on the playground with my daughter. They have to come back here, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to stream while my kid is here. She typically doesn't let me do that. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to stream for much longer. I'm gonna have to cut this short momentarily, because as soon as they get back, then well, toddlers be toddlin'. That is unfortunately how it works. Audi TT 2002 Audi TT, also member for 10 months. Hello DR and everyone, I come back here. How are you guys? We are good. We are good. Thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting us and letting us live out our dream of not having to be adults and being content creators. Nah, just... I prefer to say, like, entertainers. In a way. And just being able to do that for you guys. It's wonderful. It's like, it's always, having something creative to do has always been what has kept me sane throughout my life. Even when other things have been annoying or stressful or whatever. Just being able to create stuff is how I don't go crazy. So, thank you. Thank you for the support. We can never thank you guys enough for it. You are wonderful. And speaking of support, did you know that you can support us by buying some cool countryballs related merch? Do you want to rep your favorite country on your chest? You can do that with our ever-expanding line of Polandball Official Association t-shirts. We got Brazil. We got two kinds of Poland. One with the wrong flag colors, one with the right flag colors, depending on if you like that or not. We got Sweden. We got Brazil. We got USA. We got Canada. We got the UK. We got Belgium. We got Netherlands. We got soon, the next drop is gonna be Norway, Denmark, and Finland. So we're gonna round out and complete the Nordic countries. Well, I guess we don't have Iceland yet. But they are less relevant. We got Germany. We got Austria. We got Japan. So, if you want to wear your favorite country, you can do that at shop.polandball.com for all your Polandball merchandising needs. Shop.polandball.com. There you go. William asks, why does Poland look like Indonesia in countryballs? Well, that's just a part of Polandball history. Poland was drawn with the flag colors upside down in the very first Polandball comic ever made. And it just stuck. So that's just what Poland looks like in Polandball comics. It's just part of established history at this point. We don't know if it was intentional or not that Poland was drawn with the colors upside down in the first Polandball comic. We don't know if it was intentional or done by accident, but it became a defining feature of the medium. So, that's just it. Yeah. Chemistry Decks official says, we have lore in chemistry decks. I bet you do. I bet you do have lore. Now, it sucks that I have to sign off pretty soon. But thank you guys for hanging out. There will be more streaming again pretty soon. Ooh. I got something in my throat. No, I think Cola is going to stream this Saturday. So there's another stream 2 days from now. Mo Lester says also Monaco officially doesn't exist in the Polandball universe. That is not true. That is not true. I've drawn Monaco in one of my own favorite comics. I'll pull that up. It was in the Agent Poland Master of Disguisings. Here. I love this comic. I also spent like a lot of time on this one. And it's like a spy comic. And all of it is just Poland, you know, being in disguise so that he can infiltrate other countries. And the joke is just that it's other countries that have the same flag. So here is Poland disguised as Indonesia. Here is Poland disguised as Vienna. Because the flag of Vienna also looks like that. Here is Poland disguised as Monaco. So, yeah. That was a pretty good comic. And this is another one of those where I just did some random stuff. Like, I didn't know how to draw like a jungle leaf foliage, so I just threw something together and I was like, hey, maybe this looks good. For some reason, the sun kind of looks like an egg in this panel. Yes, Fluff, go fish. I drew that comic way back in the day. I really liked the way the monocle turned out, the chain on this monocle. I was like, oh yeah, that looks fantastic. And somehow just this background of just, you know, random weird squiggles turned out really good to just make it look like just a sea of people in the background in a big ballroom or something. So, pretty happy about that one, how everything turned out. Pretty happy about that one. Now, to draw some ball outlines. Yeah, the chandelier looks good too. I agree. And for ball outlines, I go up to like a previous panel. Wait a minute. Why can't I draw on that layer? Oh, that's so weird. Oh, I see. It's because it's underneath it. Alright, let's delete that layer and start again. I fudged it up. No, UN asks, how's my kid doing? My kid is doing great. She's on the way home now. So when my grandmother is playing with her, but when they get home, which should be like any minute, then I have to stop streaming, unfortunately. But what I do is I go back to a previous panel, and then I draw the outline of the ball based on the one from the previous panel, just so that it'll be like roughly the same size from panel to panel. Just a stupid little thing. But it saves me some time. So I'm not tracing out of like laziness or something. I'm just tracing so that they'll have the same size. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just roughly the same size from panel to panel. And then we'll just drag them down here. And that's pretty perfect. And whoop. So this won't be like the most sort of like high effort thing ever, but I think it's gonna be pretty good once it's done. So it's gonna be like Denmark and Sweden fighting against each other. Then after a while getting tired of doing that and agreeing to unite and ally and become a unified kingdom instead, becoming the Kalmar Union. And then the punchline of the comic is just going to be that he's just going to start stabbing himself in the belly. Because even when being allied under a king, Sweden and Denmark can't stop themselves from waging wars against each other. And like, I think that's the punchline is like, that's accurate. I think that's what actually happened. I think even during the time of the Kalmar Union, when Sweden and Denmark were like united under one king, you know, with a unified flag, I still think during that time that Sweden and Denmark did in fact wage wars against each other. So, based on a true story. But I won't have time to finish this today, unfortunately. Because, well, any second my kid is gonna come in through the door screaming for Papa. And I'm sorry, but I am a responsible parent. I will not hawk my kid on social media for content and views. We're never gonna be that type of YouTube channel. So I'm not gonna show my kid on camera. Sorry about that, people. She will get to decide for herself if she wants to be on camera when she is old enough to do that. Until then, it is my job as a parent to, you know, keep her away from that. I hope you understand. Gonna sample some flag colors again. Take the red, take the yellow, take the blue. There we go. And then we're gonna go back to the panel we're working on. Fill that in so we can draw some flags. People are saying like wholesome and amazing dad, and I'm like, man, doesn't that just sort of make you depressed about like how low people's standards have gotten? Because I'm like, no, that's not amazing dad, that's normal dad. That's like that's how all dads should be. It shouldn't be considered like out of the ordinary for a dad to just think about their kids' well-being more than they care about YouTube content. But oh well. Fluff says, being a dad is not easy, and I can tell you're doing great at it. Thank you. That is very kind of you to say. And that is true. Being a dad is in fact not easy. But it's also pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have a little person who wants to hang out with you. I recommend it. When you're old and mature enough for it. We were at a pretty great spot in life to be able to have a kid. And we're pretty happy about the fact that we weren't too young when we had kids. So that, you know, both that we're mature enough for it, me and my wife, but also that career-wise we're at a point in our lives where we are able to like just, you know, provide for a kid and make sure that she has like a good life. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. UN says, DR, my parents hated me, so you were automatically an amazing dad. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't come from the best family situation either. I have a great mom, but I had an awful dad. My dad is an abusive alcoholic. It is what it is. So he is not in my life anymore. I cut him out of my life. But I know what it's like to come from a shitty family situation and having to just deal with that and cope and survive anyway. So you have my sympathy. DR asks why I like banana pizza. Look, it's a Swedish thing. The 70s were a weird time, man. And Sweden was sort of like opening up and taking in stuff from other cultures. And we had like this weird food phase where we just put bananas on everything. And most of it didn't work. But the banana pizza is actually legit. It's good. It's not just banana. It's banana, ham, and curry powder. It's like the
you can do variants of it, but those are like the 3 main ingredients. And it kind of works because you get the sweet from the banana, you get the salty from the ham, you get the little tangy thing from the curry powder, and all of it sort of just gels together. And it, in the context of like the sort of like the richness of a pizza, it just works, okay? It works. It's better than you'd think it is before you try it, is all I can say. I know it sounds weird. Google it, people. Google Swedish banana pizza. It's a thing. I know it sounds weird. You don't think it's gonna work, but it does. I know, Chemistry Dex official says, making Italians crash out. Yeah, I know. We do that a lot. I mean, we also are like the capital of the world's capital of kebab pizza, where you just put like a kebab dish on top of a pizza, and sometimes we put like French fries on top of the kebab pizza. So it's like pizza, and then you have like a kebab on top of that, and then you have French fries on top of that. So it's like a meal on top of a meal on top of a meal. And that's like that's a Swedish thing. It's a Swedish thing. I have to pull that up for you, so you can see in all its glory. Like this is triggering for Italians. But this, I'm just gonna, yeah. There you go. Here you see what a Swedish kebab pizza can look like. And they did like a survey before of like Sweden pizza buying habits. They looked at online pizza orders and what people were ordering. And the kebab pizza was number 1, accounting for like more than 50% of all online orders. And then the other 50% were like all other pizzas combined. So it is the king of pizzas in Sweden. Godzilla asks, so is the banana pizza like a Hawaiian, but instead of pineapple and bacon, it's banana and curry powder? Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's ham instead of bacon. So it's the same thing. It's like, if it's bacon and pineapple, or banana and ham, it's the same sort of mix of sweet and like salty, savory. And it works. It works. Number 1 NRL asks, as an Aussie, but have you guys tried Vegemite? I have tried Vegemite because I've met Vorsprung official in real life. He came to Europe and he brought Vegemite with him. I have tried it and not a fan. I am not a fan of the Vegemite. You can keep that, Australia. You don't have to share it. Some things are better off not being shared. Okay, says, can you put Germany in the next comic, please? We can. I'm not sure I will. We put Germany in our shorts very often. Like, every one of our shorts in the parenting series is Germany and France as the parents, and then a baby EU. So, we use Germany pretty goddamn often in our videos, I must say. Now, this panel was way easier. There we go. Bop. Super simple. And merge down. Look at that. Look at that. We have 3 panels already. We're making good progress on this. Love it. Now I also have some prior engagements and stuff I have to do today that I have to start getting ready for. So I think that's about as much time as I have for streaming today. I think I gotta get ready and I gotta do some stuff. I don't have time for any more drawing. But this was fun, and we had good progress and some good chats. And like I said, I think next stream is 2 days from now. This Saturday is when Kolai is gonna do his next stream. Hagen Anderson asks who plays the voices in your shorts. That's Kolai. Kolai does the voice acting. William asks, have we ever put East Germany in our comics? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we put East Germany in any of our shorts. I don't know. DR asks, what is your favorite Godzilla asks, DR, what's your favorite non-Swedish dish? Hard to choose. But I am a sucker for pasta. So it would either be something like a pasta carbonara or Japanese ramen. Japanese ramen is up there. It could be it. It could be it. Anyway, that's it for me, people. Thanks everyone for coming out and hanging out with me. Goodbye to Zarino, Dat NH, Rajasri Mondal, Chemistry Dex Official, William, Windex 51, Fluff, Aditya Countryballs 2025, Pressy, okay, Data Learner. Thanks to all of you guys for hanging out with me. Had a good time. And I'll see you some other time for something completely different. Might start working on Hampus Ribbing. What is your favorite candy or goodies? Man, I'm in like a Dubai chocolate phase right now, where I know it's a stupid fad, but it's just pistachio and chocolate, and hey, guess what? That's good together. It's like really good. Anyway, I might do that Polandball lore quiz, because that sounds like a fun idea for a stream and what people might want to participate in and like do together with me. So that might be the next thing on the docket. I'll get to work on that. Alright, cool. Thanks for hanging out. See you some other time. Bye-bye.